To all the women that never broke y'all hearts, listen, I want to thank y'all right now because I am the recipient. I'm reaping what I have not sown, Jesus.
What was the one statement you told me made you want me to?
I'm smelling it.
I told Seven. I've been in Seven's ass. I don't know how fucking long. I told him that that hug was magical. I told him he needed to monetize it. I told him he needed to teach it. I actually asked Seven. I was like, Seven, could you teach this nigga how to hug me? I told Seven that shit. Nigga, I ain't tell you that.
No, you didn't.
Okay, well I'm telling you now, nigga. Could you teach that nigga how to hug me?
You see how she trying to.
But these niggas wasn't getting them hugs from their mama. And where'd you learn how to hug like that, Seven?
Yeah.
Through hurting women.
Wow.
Pain is the best teacher.
That was deep.
Pain is the best teacher.
To all the women that Seven broke y'all hearts, listen, I want to thank y'all right now because I am the recipient. I'm reaping what I have not sown, Jesus.
What was the one statement you told me made you want me to like bring me in as a coach?
Well,
you revealed that shit to me on a call. I didn't even know.
Well, Seven, the reason
why that when I said that I needed to go back and heal the women I hurt.
Oh yeah, I did say that.
Yeah.
And that's where I learned that at. I learned how to relay that emotion and spiritual protective covering, you know, in the midst of painful separation.
Well, teach it. Dirt, if you don't know how to hug your wife, you need to go in Seven's DMs and figure out how to do that shit. When I tell you that Seven, you gonna have to teach a fucking man class that hug. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. It wasn't just the strong arms. It wasn't that. He did some. It was warlock shit. I'm not kidding y'all. I felt like he was casting a wand. He was like spinning his wand around me. I kid y'all not, because he had a breathing technique with that shit. Like my breathing started. I started mirroring him. Like he was like, breathe out. And he wasn't saying this shit, but I immediately started doing it. And then my heartbeat started matching him. I'm like, God damn it, I am under this motherfucker's spell. I am under his spell. And it was magical. Now, Seven, I think I did tell you that you needed to teach that class right after that hug.
Oh, no, you say that often.
I said often. Now, I may not have said, you need to teach this motherfucker how to hug me, but I told that motherfucker, you need to figure out how Seven hugging me and do that shit right, nigga.
But why 7 hugs just wasn't good enough for you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's one thing that we do in monogamy where we fuck up, is we are expecting for one partner to fulfill all of our needs. And it's like, that's crazy impossible. Like, one person cannot be it. That's the whole point. It's billions of other motherfuckers on this planet. Do you really think that God intended for one person to be? No, that's not how it's supposed to be. So if God sends you somebody in another form, like you got your brother husband that can give you the hugs that you need, like, you know what I'm saying? We gotta be grateful for that, right? And not try to push that one person, if we decide to be in a monogamous relationship, to be able to do it all.
Okay, so let's be clear about this. I am a non-dimensional bitch. And when it comes to what I need from a man, there is only one realm that I'm ever asking him for. Only one realm. Because I know how to take care of myself financially. I'm not asking him for that. I'm asking him to help me take care of myself emotionally. That's it. Now, the way that he has to take care of me emotionally is through physical touch. Like I like quality time and physical touch. I'm like more masculine, and you know how men like sex and shit? Like I gotta be, I don't know if it's because I'm in my prime. I don't know if it's because my mama was a hoe and my daddy was a pimp. I haven't figured that part out just yet. But what I need to be fucked regularly. And I'm not gonna go ahead and act like that's like something superficial. I'm telling you that's a number one motherfucking need. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I don't want no dick. No, like on TV, when the women be like, oh no, I don't want this. I don't understand that. Why the fuck you don't? I literally, like, why the fuck you don't want to fuck right now? Like right now. Why are we not canceling meetings to fuck right now? We need to be entrepreneurs because we need to cancel a class. ass because it's time to fuck. That's literally how I be thinking. And I do that. The reason why I need to be an entrepreneur is because I need to take care of my own physical needs. I would be like, this motherfucking class needs to be 15 minutes late because I need happy time with myself. And let me go get my rose. And I don't give a fuck about what you're talking about, B7. Talking about it's perverted that I have a little rosebud to pleasure myself. I don't really care nothing about what you hollering about, 7. I don't care about you judging me, boo. Because 7, you always judging me.
No, what I said was we are victims of perversion. That's what I was saying.
You didn't say no we.
Yes, I did. I always say we. I never exclude myself from anything that I ever say.
I was reading the comments.
Ever. Hold on, but somebody did. I feel like I saw a paragraph there.
You did. It was a paragraph, and before that paragraph, Weeda let us know that Dirt definitely knows how to hug.
Dirt knows how to hug.
For sure. Okay.
Wait, who said that?
Come on,
Weeda.
With a K.
Okay.
Dirt knows how to hug for sure. Well, Weeda, I have never experienced one of Dirt's hugs. When he comes over here, I'm having a boot camp October 28th through the 30th in Scottsdale, Arizona. So I'm going to receive a hug from Dirt then. Go ahead and ask your wife's permission for me, Dirt, because I'm going to have to see what you're working with too, okay? That's what I'm going to need to receive, okay? But Shan said something. She said, how the fuck is that perverted? Now, I'm paraphrasing. But yeah, how is that? Because 7 got a hand. Is your hand perverted, 7?
I don't use my hand.
You know what, 7? Ooh, I can't. Ooh, 7 gets on my nerves.
I don't fuck around.
So what you 7 make me so tired. You know what, Dirt? I'm not 7, I'm not finna talk to you. I want to talk to Dirt. I won't talk to you no more. Because you be on some Jesus, ninth dimensional.
No, I don't, man. I balance between extremes. That's just
you extreme, 7.
I either go all the way or not at all.
You know what? Can't nobody live like that. Can't nobody walk that motherfucking tightrope with you. Talking about somebody perverted because they got a rosebud. A rosebud is a beautiful thing. It looks like a little flower. It's so cute. It's so. Dirt.
One time did you say that it wasn't true though?
It's not true what you said. Let me tell you something. It's not true because I use my sex toys to heal. It ain't true, Dirt. I use my sex toys to heal. Let me tell you something. Let me go ahead and keep it real with you. Listen, my boo had something wrong with his balls, right? Mm-hmm. He had something wrong with his balls, right? Mm-hmm. So I would listen. He gonna ooh.
We'll never know who this is. Go ahead.
Because I keep my shit on the DL.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Go ahead.
Yeah. So listen. Like. He had something wrong with his balls because his balls was big. They looked like 2 big old avocados and shit. And he was carrying a lot of trauma in them avocados, right? So I was Googling because I'm a healer. So I was like, okay, what frequency do I need to get his balls at? And how can I get that shit there quickly? And I started researching about vibrations and shit like that. So I went and got me a vibrator. Now 7 gonna be so tired of me. He finna look at 7, y'all. Now listen, I bought this little contraption where his balls can receive the vibration and it does this. So his balls is doing this while I'm sucking his dick. And let me tell you something, it's healing in that shit. I don't give a fuck what you saying. I don't care, 7, and you're not gonna call me perverted. It came from a place of love and a place of healing.
Oh my God.
What they say about the road to hell?
Fuck you, 7.
So 7, you think masturbation in itself is perverted, or just when you add other elements to it?
No, that was a very small portion of the perversions that I was speaking on that we all share as a piece of society. What I was saying is we as a people have become a victim to perversions. Okay. So we misplace the value on the things that we actually have to offer. Therefore, we witness all types of shortcomings and imbalances in our relationships with ourselves and our loved ones because our intentions and our methods of delivering healing and delivering these releases have become perverted in a lot of senses. That's why it's the reason for so much shit. While fucking men are what everything that we didn't talk about on this call. You know, not this call, but this damn live. Whether it was the images that men seek, whether it was the places that we give and receive from, it has to do with all of that, not just even sexual things. A lot of us are perverted in the ways that we get money. A lot of us are perverted in the ways that we love our family and love ourselves and want to do shit in the name of quote unquote self-care. You know what I'm saying? Like, but don't get me. All right, I'll go. But yeah, no, that's not what I was saying. That's just where. Hold on. I'm gonna bring it full circle. That's just where she received it.
I cannot. You is not gonna do a decent like that. I cannot. No, but I appreciate that because I don't want nobody walking away feeling like they can't masturbate, right? Because we get put in a lot of fucking boxes in this society. They try to lock us down, and I just don't want any woman walking away with any shame around masturbation.
What I would say to that is, I speak with a lot of women, and they talk about how, like, even men too, like, you become more insensitive in those areas, right?
Then men should masturbate, not women. Y'all motherfuckers should stop masturbating.
Hold on. Goodness. It's striking a chord, ain't it?
Yeah, but
all I'm saying is, I mean, like, I've spoken with lots of women who masturbate with vibrators and different things frequently. And then they suffer insensitivities in their areas because of such frequent activity of such extreme vibrational patterns.
Y'all extreme. I'm not extreme.
Yeah, all things in moderation. You definitely do need to, even in your masturbation, like rotate between a toy, right? So sometimes I masturbate with a toy, but you also need to be able to satisfy yourself with just your hand. So if you're using a toy because you cannot satisfy yourself with your hand, put that toy down and figure your body out with just your hand. I would definitely give that advice because, like Sarah said, you can desensitize your feminine parts. You know what I'm saying? If you are overusing those toys and those tools. So I feel that I just had to clarify because what they not gonna do is take away the masturbation, baby. Because Adisa was saying, my masturbation is a spiritual practice. I have meditations that I do. I'm into Tai Chi. I definitely have figured out how to manipulate my sexual energy to manifest the things that I want in my life. And I'm gonna masturbate.
I feel you. Something. Siren talking about I don't use toys because of the reason 7 just gave. Listen, here's a fact for y'all asses.
I ain't seen no comments in a minute.
Don't experience orgasms. That lets me know that men ain't fucking us right. Okay, because men is not fucking us right. Either I'm gonna do that with my hands, I'm gonna do that by myself, and if I need to, because I'm a greedy bitch, if I need to use a toy, I'm gonna use that too. And you didn't already try to make me feel.
But what you also not about to do is normalize greed either.
She said most women have never been allowed to learn their pleasure only, other people's pleasure, and that's for
that's good.
For the longest, I thought that as long as he good, then I did my thing.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I'm greedy. I want my pleasure.
But I'm saying what we not about to do is normalize greed.
You know what?
Just because you in tune with your greed don't make that shit right.
7. I know you didn't.
What the fuck?
7. I know you didn't because you know what?
But I think she gives a lot, so it's only right for her to expect a lot. You know what I'm saying? If she is excessive in her giving, then it's okay for her to be excessive in what she wants in return. So I think it's just a balance of that. Like, we don't have to normalize greed, but if you giving everything, why wouldn't you expect that in return? Why wouldn't you expect the universe to return that to you?
I'm a practitioner of that. What did I just say? I am balanced in extremes. I either go all the way or not at all, right? But what I said was we're not about to normalize greed. That was my exact words, wasn't I?
You know what? You know so much. You heard what 7 said? 7 said the reason why he was able to give me the hug that I needed and pour into me, he learned that through his extremes of hurting people. And that was his motherfucking perversion. So now since he done got out of all his motherfucking perversion, or that's what he's telling us, now he done went all puritanical on a bitch.
That's not what I'm saying.
Like one of them married bitches who got married 5 seconds ago, and now she's trying to tell everybody that if they want to be saved, they need to
No, because not one time did I separate myself from the perversions.
How you don't separate yourself when you done sit up here and call us all
I said
perverts?
not one time did I separate myself from the perversions. I'm only speaking to us as a collective. And I said what one of mine was, but I never separated myself from the perversion. Did you hear
what Mogulmir said?
I can't see nothing no more. The last thing I see is when Tanisha said you want to learn how to give those healing hugs to your man. After that, I don't know why I don't see no more comments.
Yeah, because you full of shit. But Mogulmir said women must learn their own bodies first before expecting someone else to know their bodies. Now, in our quest to learn our own bodies, I learned my first evolution of learning my own bodies was my hands. I love my body. My skin is fucking soft. It's all shiny and black and chocolate and shit. It tastes good too. All of my shit, it's all of that. But I like to like walk that line a little bit every now and then. I ain't gonna even lie. And sometimes I want to know how much pleasure can my body experience. I'll be honest about that. I need to know that. Like it's not.
Gotta push the limit a little bit.
You hurt my feelings, Seven. When you you hurt me.
I'm not attacking any practice like in itself. All I'm saying, I'm speaking on what affects us all. That's all I ever speak on. And now wherever you receive it, you know what I'm saying, that's where you receive it. But I feel like the truth applies to us all. Does it not? Have I said anything that was off kilter or that was misrepresentative?
Seven. But like, can I be honest? And I love you, boo. But I just discovered the hoe in me. I haven't always like been tampering with or experimenting with the hoe in me. Mm-hmm. And I feel like you trying to deny me my hoe days. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's selfish of you.
Hell nah. I want you to, because you know what? My whole days was glorious. My shit was legendary. You know what I'm saying? I'm not stopping you. What I'm speaking on is the portions of humanity that we all share that stop some of us from making real progress.
Okay.
Now, that is a method that you have used to progress yourself. So that's not the way that you interact with that portion of what's going on. But a lot of us are suffering in those instances and in those areas. And it's a foundation for why a lot of our relationships with ourselves, a lot of our relationships with our loved ones and our family. And once again, if you just now tuning in,
how do you know they suffering? How do you know about this extreme suffering from this perversion? Did you dibble and dabble in it? How do you know?
I mean, I went through it thoroughly, and I also that's the whole reason for us, right? So to heal the suffering.
You had your stint with toys. Is that what you saying to me?
Nah, hell nah. I never fucked around with shit like that.
So you talking about something that you ain't never even been through?
Nah, I fucked with women that use toys, and I've used toys on women, but I've never like, what the fuck? Or like you talking about like pocket pussies and shit like for myself? Nah.
No,
you got a cock ring?
I haven't ever.
So you've never used toys on women?
He said he has used them on women, but he hasn't received pleasure from a toy. So, I mean, he might not be qualified to speak on it because, like, I mean, if you ain't never used the cock ring, I don't know. I just don't understand how you can speak down on toys. And like Siren saying that she rather know that with her man and not a toy. But what a lot of people don't understand is that in order to experience something in this universe, you have to match the vibration and the frequency of it first. So how are you going to attract that and create that frequency if you've never experienced it? If you've never had that type of pleasure, how do you attract it to yourself?
I like that.
Indeed. Nah, I feel that.
Thank you. And just because you figured out through breaking women's hearts how to please them on all different realms, Seven, your path ain't the only fucking path. You not Black Jesus.
But that's not, like, why do you take my words and do that? Like, but hold on. Remember when I spoke on why I don't speak in certain instances? Because my shit gets taken like that. That's been my whole path with telling the truth. Well, damn, you just said, I'm like, that's not what I'm saying.
Well, clarify yourself telling the truth. Because if you're going to throw out blows, because here's the thing I love about you, Seven, I like to fight with you. I'm going to be dead ass serious. Like, that's like some type of spiritual foreplay for me. I do it with all men. Like, if they can't handle me going to war with them spiritually, that's fun for me. Why do I get on these calls every week with you and Dirt? I'm be honest, because I like fighting with y'all. That's
I
Sunshine.
fucks
You know what I'm
with
talking about?
people too.
I enjoy it as well.
Yeah, I love fighting. So don't take it as, because don't get nothing twisted. You are an original in my life. So yeah, when I'm fighting you, it's to sharpen you. It's not to suppress you. Because I know that you got what I need. So don't put me in the category of those people that you spoke in front of and they twisted your words to suppress you. I'm not doing that. I do that shit to sharpen you. Because you caused me to grow up and I caused you to fucking grow up.
Indeed.
Yes. And here's the thing about you, Seven. You are so fucking pure. You so fucking pure.
Why the eye roll? That was crazy.
Because you like boo, and I fucking dig. I fucks with you, like fucks with you. But sometimes you remind me of oatmeal. Like oatmeal. Like, can we put some dates up in it? Can we put some almonds up in it? Can we put some brown sugar up in it? And you're like, oatmeal is the best in its purest form. I'm like, nigga, I don't give a fuck. Put some dates up in this shit. Put some pecans up in this shit. Can we put some butter up in it? And you like, you put so much shit in it, it's not even pure and good for you no more. Listen, do you want me to eat the goddamn oatmeal or not? Like, for real. Now, maybe we can talk a little bit. Maybe I don't have to put like a whole tub of lard in it or no shit like that. But can I put some dates up in it? Nigga, can I put some pecans? Can I get a little more flavor? All I'm asking you for is a little bit more flavor. I'm not asking, I didn't ask you to put like swine up in it, Seven. I didn't ask you that. I said, put a little pecans. Nigga, just put a little crunch. I like a little crunch. Give me a little crunch. That's all I'm asking for. You like grits. You like grits. But I like shrimp and grits. And you like, ugh. Okay, fine. You don't want shrimp and grits? Can I get turkey and grits? You see how he turned up his nose? Can I get my grits with something? Can I have a little fun? Girls just want to have fun, Seven. And we like to have fun with our toys. And you is not going to deprive us of this.
You brought that around nicely.
Thank you, I did.
You brought that around.
Okay, Mogul Mirror, talking about, but pure oatmeal is delicious. You know what, Mogul Mirror, you ain't nothing even fucking close to pure oatmeal, brother. So don't get me started on your ass.
Oatmeal. Plain oatmeal is nasty as hell.
Thank you, Dirk, because these niggas lying.
If it ain't got no brown sugar, some butter, some.
Hey, I just wanted to let her get her example out.
Who actually do?
Don't patronize me, Seven.
I'm saying, my nigga, oatmeal. What I'm saying, because you know damn well I'm not, girl, plain. I am the least fucking plain man you know.
On some things,
treading
Seven.
the line of liking other men.
Seven, on some things you be acting like oatmeal. Now, on everything
Girl,
else, you not.
Girl, now, when I'm in the form of giving instruction and healing, I don't want to give a motherfucker some shit that I know ain't good.
I don't like plain oatmeal. Can you give some nuts in mine? Can I have big nuts in my oatmeal?
Nigga, you are the big nuts. That's why you here.
You know what? Seven, you're right about that. I am a big
This is over. We have to log off now.
Hey, you gotta save this though. Save this video. We gonna make so much content from this shit. Save this. Like when we log off, whenever we do, make sure to save this video. This shit is gonna be used for so much.
Okay. Well, help me to understand how to do that, because you know I don't know how to do that, right?
When you get knocked, it'll ask you.
It will? Okay.
Oh man, okay, y'all, I forgot we got Dirt the Master.
Mogul Mirror, why you lying? Talking about I'm pure oatmeal, nigga. Don't
Oh
put
God.
your shit on blast, Mogul
Amir
Mirror.
said,
This niggas, and this is how I know niggas is delusional. This is how I know. You see, you got 4 people on this call, Mogul Mirror, that's sitting up here seeing you lie to yourself, nigga. Could you stop lying to yourself? Because you are delusional, but we love you.
Amir has 2 very distinctive sides of him. One is so generous and giving and pure, but then there's the other side that like fucking bathes in gasoline and then goes like deep sea diving in hell.
Wait a second. You know what? That is a great
like for real. And then he'll come out of it, clean himself, and then he'll go back to being giving impure for a second, for a little while.
He like a wino. You know a wino that when they sober, when you catch them when they sober, they be like the local pastor that be on that shit. But then like every other day you catch him, he a wino.
Man.
He's like drunk in the spirit. But he ain't your oatmeal.
Spiritual wino.
He's a spiritual fucking wino. He is, man. But let me tell you something
about that, Amir. That's good.
But let me tell you something about Amir, though. Amir knows how to make a woman feel safe. He gonna make her feel safe, then he gonna take her draws. But let's be clear about this shit. He knows how to make a woman feel safe. If we could just get him to the point where he make them feel safe without taking the draws, then you could have a healing ministry. If you don't take it to the extreme, Amir, like it's like get them to like 9, but don't go off the cliff with step 10. Leave the panties intact. If you could leave the panties intact, nigga, you could teach courses yourself.
Let's talk about that a bit. Because we witness a lot of men misusing that power, right?
Yeah.
Like
and women.
In the development of the feminine man and how much that's coming to the forefront of society, we're witnessing a lot of men who hold this feminine healing energy.
They do.
Right? Mm-hmm. While it's rooted in pain, we'll leave that to the left for right now. But let's speak on how we can help men who are learning to cultivate this energy correctly, how they can use it and water it and do so. Because like I just said, that energy, when really discovered in men of today, it's discovered through pain with women.
That's true.
Right? So then it is reflected into it. It's meant to be healing energy, right? But because it was watered with pain, the flower blossoms with pain, and then shit, the
they be having a lot of thorns.
Man,
they be having a lot of thorns.
So how can we? Because I've been a victim of misusing that power myself, right? When you're placed in, when the Most High or Source or Spirit places you in a woman's life to heal her, it gives you domain over a certain portion of her spirit and her being. And now it is your job as a man of spirit in order to properly guide this beautiful form of energy into its next stages, right? But when that power and the lack of understanding, therefore, is so rooted in pain from the exact source of energy that you're now trying to heal, what do we need to really come to grips within ourselves, so that we can properly give to these women, right? And I have my own answer, but I want to, open the floor for women to, speak from experience and say what you guys think.
Okay, so what I have found, every man that signs up for my personal coaching, what I have found is when they misuse the power of their own feminine energy to heal women through sex without really connecting to their spirits, it stems from the mother wound. It definitely stems from the mother wound. So then what I have to do is I have to work on them forgiving their mother and understanding the decisions that she made. I also have to help them to understand and reconnect with their child, because they never were allowed to be children. They had to be a surrogate husband at an early age to their mom. So they ended up taking care of, in spirit, in the 5D, like in their intellect, in their emotions. They ended up taking care of the women in their household, because the women in their households were not queens. They were not queens. So then when they present themselves sexually or in trying to communicate with another woman, they take on that same dynamic. Not of one of, I can respect women, but I have to take care of women, and she's not smart enough to make her own fucking decisions. Because if she was smart enough, I wouldn't have been taking care of women since I was a fucking child. So then when they find a woman that can stand on her own and make her own decisions, they have to heal that wound and understand, like, it's almost like throw out the bathwater, but keep the baby. Keep the fruit, but like, get rid of the rest of that shit. So they got to go back and they got to look at their mother, the first imprint of how a woman is supposed to love a man, and they got to forgive her. Yeah. They got to forgive her, and then they got to forgive her for putting onto them the masculine responsibility of being a fucking husband before their fucking season. And then it makes them resentful. Like they've been a husband since fucking 5. So then when it's time to really commit to the woman that they really are destined to love, they can't because they're worn out. And then I know this is fucking hard. They gotta stop being their mama's husband. Oh my God. They gotta stop being their mama's husband. And then I gotta deal with the fucking women because the women think that shit, like that's my son, ain't nobody gonna love me, and all of that shit is true. All of it's true. But boo boo, go and get your own man because now it's time for you to release this man.
Yeah.
You're supposed to release him because the next stage of his evolution, you can't get him there, mama. His wife got to get him there. But because he hasn't healed that relationship with you, he keeps finding your brokenness in every fucking man and every fucking woman that he gets with. Yeah. He keeps finding your brokenness. He keeps being attracted to your masculine energy in every image-bound woman that he sees. He's looking for his fucking mama. And that ain't gonna be the one that ever helps heal his fucking soul. And I see that shit, and I know that shit to be true. Every man, they gotta heal that. And this is why I'm so hard on women. It's because I begin to understand that chaos begins in feminine energy. It begins in feminine energy. So, 7, you are right. Okay, 7. Okay. You halfway right. Okay.
You hate saying this.
You like okay, so you like halfway right because on one end, if we make it a meal or making a buffet, a feast for our community.
God, you and food.
I like to eat. I told you I'm a Greek. Okay. Yes, I love to eat. Okay. So if we're making a community buffet, you're gonna have to understand that. Yes, I agree with you. There's too much shit on the table and it's fucking us up health-wise. But we have to come to some type of common goal where you can have your fucking oatmeal, but I got my pecans on there. And pecans is good for you, so we can put some pecans up in there, okay? That's all I'm saying, 7. We got to come to some type of motherfucking agreement, okay? We good with that?
I wanted to touch on one thing what you said about the mother wounds, though, because there are men who have very loving and overall positive relationships with their mother that can cause them to heavily suppress the parts of them that really got hurt. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, y'all are good. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all probably have a good relationship, but suppression is so fucking real. It's so real. And I wanted to be able to give any man on this call because I know all mother wounds are not created equal.
That's true.
Right? Like, it's a lot of different ways that those wounds can be inflicted. But it does take a real heartfelt fucking expedition of digging within yourself. Because we hide that shit. As soon as you hit a certain level of adolescence and manhood, a lot of pain that was caused to your child or pieces of you from anything feminine, you subconsciously suppress it before you can even realize what you're doing. Because you know, in order to become this next version of you, in order to grow and be grown, right, in a sense, and deal with the rest of the bullshit life gonna give you, you're gonna have to store it somewhere, right? Or deal with it. And dealing with it, shit, in your youth and as you moving up ain't always the most, viable option. So I just wanted to tell any men on here, it's gonna take some digging, bro. It's gonna take some digging, and you might not find it quickly, but fucking dig, because if you are having any minute or ginormous fucking problem with anything with femininity or feminine energy or a woman or female, period, that's where it's rooted at. It is, and you're gonna have to fucking dig. Maybe your mama ain't super fuck you up, but there's something there that you holding on to because you hold all of the power in order to change anything. And I know you understand that because you're here, right? So I just wanted to be able to give that to him because you really, really touched on a kind of specific area, and I could kind of feel the energy feeling like, well, no, that ain't happened to me. And you know what I'm saying? It's nah, bro. That's a universal representation of what happens to us all. Right, and something that we all gotta heal, But there, I've been feeling something from you for a minute. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm talking my language right now, so I'm being vulnerable, and I'm gonna put my business out on Front Street because I love y'all. I ain't got nothing to hide no more. My life is the Most High. So peep this though. My mama ain't do nothing wrong to me, right? But she still instilled things in me with insecurities. And I'm going to break it down to y'all to give y'all a picture of what that looked like. So all throughout my relationships with females, I was always insecure about the next man. If I'm not good enough for her, if she cheating on me, if she gonna find another dude or this, that, and this. Always, right? Until just these last maybe few years with my wife. I've been married for going on 13 years. Until the last 3 years of my marriage, I don't have that insecurity anymore. Like maybe in the last 2 years for sure. And the reason being is because I understood where it stemmed from doing that work. That insecurity stemmed from when my mom and my dad divorced, my mom remarried. And then I instantly felt like you chose him over me. Because now they had everything going. Like I was pushed to the side for that union. So now, growing up, when I got with a woman, I was always looking over my shoulder, like, who are you going to push me to the side for? Damn. So yeah, man. And my mom ain't do nothing wrong because when in reality, my dad was doing her so bad and my dad was so messed up at that time. She wanted to find a protector. She wanted to find anything opposite of that. So in her mind, she was looking out for me like, I need somebody for us. I can't do this alone, so I'm bringing him in for us. In my mind, I'm like, no, you're pushing, like you're bringing him in and choosing him over me as an adolescent. So that's why it's very important to go back and do that shadow work because I grew up my whole adolescent and whole growing up into manhood with the mindset that my mom chose another man over me without the understanding that no, my mom was protecting us both. Like she needed to get this man for protection. She needed this man to help us get to where we needed to go. But I was looking at it from a little boy, a young man, a little kid who didn't see the bigger picture as a mature man can go back and look at that. So that's why that shadow work, that's why that going back to that is important. I just wanted to, I relate to that story because that was me, 100%.
Okay. Hey, you guys. We have been, thanks for sharing, Dirt. We've been on here for about an hour and a half. Listen, Seven and Dirt are going to be speaking on Wednesday night in our class, Dynamic Metaphysical Teachings. If you want to attend that course, I'm going to need you to comment below, golden ticket. Again, Seven and Dirt are going to be speaking. And Seven, you are going to be speaking on chakras, and you is going to be teaching these men how to love us women without all that puritanical shit that you're talking about. Because, like, you're going to have to, like, I'm not saying that you should compromise, but I'm going to ask you to give us some grace, okay? I'm going to ask you to, Seven, don't be, Seven, can you give us some grace, nigga? Like, I need some.
I don't give grace.
You know what? Okay. I just like fucking with you. Because you know what?
You told us that if we don't eat right, we don't need to be having sex. Do that sound graceful to you?
Thank you. He did say that shit.
No.
He did say that.
Hold on. So you gonna act like Anissa didn't fucking antagonize me with her question. Because that wasn't what I was saying. But then she came in the middle and said, so you saying if a woman eating pork, she don't deserve dick.
That's what you said.
So in my antagonizing moment, I'm like, well, yeah, damn it. Shit, that's what the fuck I'm saying. But like, come on. You know, like, come on, man. That wouldn't even make sense. Like in reality.
That ain't what you said.
But do you see the shit that she gives me and where I receive it and why I give it back?
Seven, you know that was a low blow. I remember that nigga said that. He said,
you throw so many of them hoes.
I like to fight. Seven,
you are the queen of low blows. Nobody says nothing. Soon as you feel one of them motherfuckers, you ain't finna tell me.
Anissa is the true boxer though. Tiffany is the true boxer though. She a jab, uppercut, jab, and then before you know, here come the haymaker, bam! Like she be seasoning you up.
You know what?
Seven just come with straight haymakers. Seven don't jab. Seven just come with straight haymakers.
Haymakers. Anitra said that Seven was talking about women that eat McDonald's too. In fact, this is what he said.
Cause that's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. How the fuck is it 2022 and you're a conscious woman and you eat McDonald's?
Golden ticket, y'all. Come to class.
Come on,
golden ticket. come to class Wednesday. Hey, I don't say.
Yo, Seven said, Seven, you do. When you throw a blow, you knock bitches out. Like, for real. When you said that, the whole fucking class was just like, no, this motherfucker did not say that. Yeah, who the fuck he talking to?
Hey, because somebody was putting some
not
McDonald's French fries in their mouth at the time.
Yeah.
Real quick though, something that I wanted to touch on before we got off of here is a message that really has come to me after this call or after this live, and I want to make sure that I push it forward more often, because I'm watching childhood trauma and shadow work being placed into a box, right? It's almost becoming cliche with the whole path of spiritual healing and being able to speak things unto people. Like, I can feel the energy. I can feel it. Anytime you bring up, like, you need to work out your childhood shit, motherfuckers like, oh, that's what everybody's saying, right? But it's something so important there,